So you may know that I am a huge fan of Sigma lenses. This is being shot on a Sigma lens. This is being shot on a Sigma lens. I love Sigma lenses. I've mostly reviewed Sigma lenses. I've got the 150 to 600. I've got the 70 to 200. I've got the 17 to 50. And I've reviewed on this channel 2 different 10 to 20 millimeter Sigma lenses. And at the end of the day, I'm not a huge fan of either of them. So I went and I got, for real estate photography, which is my main gig, my main job, for real estate photography, I got a non-Sigma lens. And I know you've been waiting for me to review something other than a Sigma lens. This is the Tokina 11 to 16 f2.8 for crop sensor cameras, because I shoot crop sensor cameras. And it's a fantastic lens. This is something I use personally. I'm not sponsored by Tokina. I bought this lens for my business. Let me tell you a couple of things I like about it. One is it's f2.8. It's a fast lens. And it's even fairly sharp at its widest aperture, f2.8. But I almost never shoot at f2.8. I usually shoot at f4, and that is super sharp, f4 at a distance, and it is much sharper than either the Sigma 10 to 20 f3.5 or the Sigma 10 to 20 f4 to 5.6. Another thing I like about it is the way that you switch it from auto to manual is very cool. So it has this ring, you just pull back on it to switch into manual focus. I almost never use manual focus. And so it's this really discreet way of having that switch without like a giant switch bolted onto the side of the lens, which is very annoying. Another thing I like about it is the thread size is 77 millimeters. Because most of my lenses, the thread size is 77 millimeters. My 17 to 50, my 70 to 200, now my 11 to 16, 77 millimeters, which means I can use the same set of filters. I don't have to go get different filters. My polarizer works with it, my infrared filter works with it, my variable ND filter works with it. So like I mentioned, this is my main real estate photography lens now, which means it's the lens that makes me the most money. And I mean, it's got a good feel to it, pretty durable without being too heavy. I really do like how beefy the lens hood is, because I don't use lens caps, I use lens hoods. Because if you have a lens cap, you will leave the lens cap on and then look stupid. And so I find that a lens hood and just wiping it down with the microfiber cloth pretty faithfully is just as good as having a lens cap. A couple things I don't like about it. One, don't like the way it flares, to be quite honest with you. When it catches a light source and you get a lens flare, I'm not a huge fan of the lens flare 9 times out of 10. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that it doesn't really have optical stabilization. It's a super wide lens. You're not gonna find optical stabilization on a lens this wide very readily, but it would be cool. And then finally, I kind of wish it came in a Z mount, because this camera is my new Nikon Z50. And it would be nice if it was on a Z mount instead of having to use the adapter. But I use the adapter and it works just fine. So if you are wanting to do landscape, I'm just gonna put some examples up of landscapes I've done with this lens. If you're into real estate, this is a fantastic lens. It's even pretty cool on a few shots I've done with people, with like portrait models, fashion. So I'm gonna put a link down below. It's an Amazon affiliate link where you can get this lens. Helps me, helps you. You don't pay any extra. I get a little bit of kickback. It's a win-win situation. Thanks for watching. Would love it if you subscribed. I do all kinds of stuff other than just gear reviews. In fact, I would rather do other stuff other than just gear reviews. But if you want more videos like this, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. If you want less videos like this, subscribe and hit the thumbs up and leave a comment about what you'd like to see next. Thank you, God bless you, and we'll see you next time.